Ladies and gentlemen, I don't take your presence here for granted. The fact that you guys are here as relatives, the fact that you are here as friends, and the fact that you are here as colleagues in Karma and maybe a congregant in a church, there's something that my dad did. He touched lives. He touched lives in so many ways. And he transitioned every aspect of his attributes to each and every kid in our family. I can give you an example of this great man. When you're looking, first of all, to write his eulogy, we looked everywhere. We asked our uncles. I called like 4 or 5 uncles. They didn't know. Until Mom and I decided to look into some stuff he moved with from his dental clinic. And we found out Mzee had written everything about himself, which made our work very, very easy. Everything you see in this eulogy, Mzee alikuwa amejiandikia. Sisi tumeongeza tu kizungu kidogo. Mzee alikuwa amejipanga. Reading this eulogy, it connected a lot of dots. First of all, nikasoma story yake yote, nikaona mzee alianza kama mfanyabiashara, anaruka boda Tanzania, anauza madawa huko, akikuja huko anakuja na kitu. Nikiangalia sasa watoto wake, kuna kijana anaitwa Hussein. Hussein anafanya biashara sasa hivi. He's on the other side, he's in Europe, but every 2 months he sends a lot of household items to Kenya to sell. So there are things that God makes you start, but will never end that journey. Maybe somebody will end that journey. Kwa dogo, the domino do float, alipata pesa kidogo, akafungua hoteli hapo Bambo. Hii hoteli ndio huyu Judy anaendelea naona emu. So there are those dots, things that started. When it comes to education, at some point, Dad became a voluntary teacher at Ochokadongo. Apparently in this family, we have 2 academicians, Lily, stand up, and Anne. That mantle has been left to Lily. If you can read the eulogy, I won't read it for you. In family, you'll see what they're doing in the academic space. Can you see? Now we have another brother, Derek. Derek was here. Derek. Dad had several businesses at the same time. Maro nasikia anatoa fishing nets Kenya, anapelekea fishermen wapi? Tanzania. Akitoka Tanzania anakuja na samaki wapi? At the same time amefungua duka sijui Akado. Now that's Derek. Derek heads Aende International, which is an umbrella company with very, very successful track record. Then Dad was also a giver. Everybody knows Dad as a giver, a church builder, and everybody knows Dad as a social leader. Apparently, Dad walked with me every time he went to small, when I'm available, Harambee. The last Harambee I can remember, I was with Mheshimiwa at Tido. That's the last Harambee I sat with Dad. And that's what I think Dad has transitioned. I'm trying my best to try to give back. We give back a lot. We're giving back in Nairobi, but now we just come back to the village. And this is because of Dad's legacy of giving. He kept telling us, givers never lack. You don't need to have much to give. Ile kidogo uko nayo ni kubwa kwa mtu. So let's, in our father's footsteps, let's give back. Mzee legacy yake ni mko hapa wote because of the legacy of giving back. And in his deathbed, he gave me a responsibility. He told me, he sent me a structure. He told Mom to send me the new design for Tido Church. And he told me, Wager Tido Church, the new design. That's a mantle too big for me. I cannot fit in his shoes, you guys know. Not now, not in the near future. But I'll be calling upon you, the community. Church building is not a responsibility of one person, one family, or one community. It's our collective responsibility, Mama. Her Excellency Rosa Boyu, Usiep Namaduma, Kagochonu, Kalifado go to Gidwanda, Umaka Makabada, Manukare, Wagel Tido, Church no Waseingo. Yotokaja Chakelo Nyarako Biroiko is when we sat down with Dad and we saw the church is very small. So I'll be calling upon you, I'll be calling upon community, we fulfill Dad's wish to make Tido a modern church. Also, there are things I learned from Dad. Okay, you're going to lose polygamy. But you're going to lose polygamy. You will lose what polygamy. And I'm not ashamed to talk about polygamy. I'm not a polygamous person, but maybe it can help somebody here. The church also is ashamed you can't talk about polygamy. Sorry. Despite in the Bible having several people are polygamous and are successful and they found favor in God. My dad told me one thing. The success of any polygamous relationship or marriage is not pegged on the number of women you brought into your home. It's pegged on the unity of your kids. Success in polygamy is pegged on the unity of kids. Ogai Aende, our neighbors back in Nairobi never knew that it was a polygamous family. Huyu mzee alikuwa mjanja sana. Huyu mzee, mimi nilisoma story yake, I looked at it differently. He was a legend. He had mastery in polygamy. Mzee kitu ya kwanza alifanya, alipeleka kina mama nyumbani wote. Akafungulia mabiashara kwa keep busy. Akabaki na sisi. He single-handedly raised us. And we grew up not knowing who ni mama nani, until we reached adulthood. Kweli uongo? And that's what I talk about success of polygamy. Make sure your kids are united. Hata mama wakipigana huko, hiyo shauri yao. But watoto, they're the ones that define the success of polygamy. Secondly, he said one thing that caught my attention. If I told somebody wants to add a wife, don't add a second wife because you're unhappy with the first. Winjo mano. Kiki merda komara riyo, niketi mokongo jojogi. Winjo. When the first wife is happy, is when that polygamous family will work. But ukileta mwingine hapa na huwa ananungunika, watapigana milele. Lastly, this is something I picked up from him as well. In a polygamous family, I'm talking to the kids, the children who are in a polygamous family. Please, there's something called the family structure. Family structure starts with the dad. Then the multiple mothers you have. Nyithindo kosoga. Unu baba opedoka orone can maintain the family all along. Then all of a sudden, as you grow up, you start sending money to your mother. Please send your money to your father. Children in polygamous families send money to your father. Don't break the family structure. Let your father achukue hiyo pesa alikuwa anachukua, apange familia. Si namna hiyo? Bado ukianza kutumia huyu sasa aseme familia moja vijana wake ni wana pesa na mwingine hana. Sasa wewe unatumia kale kama mama. Huyo mama ndo anapanga mzee. Ni mzuri kweli? So my dad taught me well. And my mom can attest. Mama ushona pesa yangu. Mama anajua mimi natumianga mzee. Then anaingia kwa simu ya mzee anapanga. Mzee anamwambia panga dala. So these are lessons that we can remember the great mzee with. Msiogope polygamy. Managing polygamy with the wisdom that this mzee had. Nasikia? Na mzee mnakumbuka kila weekend alikuwa anachomoka chua anakuja hapo shagona tuacha to fulfill the other arm of polygamy. Kufurahisha kina mama. Ndio? Now, as I conclude, I want to take this opportunity again to thank the church. Mzee no ero kanisa, jaduong ni no ero kanisa. Kendo kana jaduong ni ntie giarambi.
Sorry about that. I'll not talk much. I'll thank the church. Thank you guys. And before I hand the microphone to our beloved mom to eulogize Mzee, I'd like to acknowledge Dr. Reverend Patrick Rambo. Patrick Rambo, if you're around.